The station drifted like a broken bone against the dying red giant. Its corridors split with jagged cracks that bled sparks into the darkness. Emergency lights strobed weakly, casting skeletal shadows across alien architecture that twisted in ways human minds struggled to process. Marcus Chen woke to the taste of copper and the shriek of failing life support, his head pounding against the cold metal deck where his alien employers had left him to die. His tools were gone, every wrench, every diagnostic pad, every piece of equipment that might have given him hope. The atmospheric readouts flickered in symbols he couldn't read, but the universal language of amber warnings told him everything. Oxygen falling, temperature dropping, structural integrity compromised. The aliens had deemed him too fragile, too primitive to survive deep space work. They'd calculated his death down to the hour. But Marcus had spent 30 years fixing what others called unfixable. His stubborn human mind refused the mathematics of surrender. He crawled through debris-strewn passages, sketching alien control panels on the floor using metal shards, his engineer's eye dissecting patterns in the incomprehensible displays. The aliens built in spirals where humans built in lines, thought in harmonics where humans thought in sequences. But underneath the xenomorph aesthetics, energy still flowed according to universal laws. Physics didn't care about species superiority. Days blurred into a fever dream of salvage and improvisation. He dismantled broken maintenance drones with his bare hands, bloodying his fingers on razor-sharp alien alloys, pulling energy cores and quantum processors from their geometric housings. His emergency kit yielded 3 rolls of duct tape, humanity's secret weapon against the cosmos. While alien engineers would have waited for replacement parts that would never come, Marcus made the dead machines serve the living. His face grew gaunt, stubble darkening into a wild beard. But his eyes burned with something the aliens had never understood: the human capacity to make order from chaos. He rerouted life support through hacked control nodes, jury rigging, atmospheric processors, with circuits that would have made alien technicians weep. The station's AI core spoke in musical tones he couldn't comprehend, but he taught them to sing in binary. Day 12, he rasped into his voice recorder, the only witness to his defiance. "You wanted me to die. Instead, I'll make this place mine." The station shuddered as he stabilized its decaying orbit, fusion engines coughing back to life under his relentless ministrations. Outside the viewports, alien patrol ships dismissed the derelict as lost, their crews too sophisticated to imagine that a single human could resurrect what they'd written off. But Marcus built a power grid from reactor scraps, using human calculus to simplify alien equations that bent spacetime into knots. One by one, dead systems flickered back to existence. He fashioned a forge from reactor heat, welding hull plates with plasma torches cobbled together from drone weapons. The maintenance drones he rebuilt no longer followed alien protocols, they obeyed human logic. Crude and direct and devastatingly effective. From the wreckage of their assumptions, he created his own order. The aliens had mocked him. Humans are parasites, they build nothing of their own. Now, alone in the darkness between stars, Marcus proved them catastrophically wrong. He wired alien AI cores into human logic circuits, creating hybrid systems that bent to his will alone. Machines that thought in the brutal efficiency of human survival instinct. When the first scavenger ship docked, its crew expecting easy salvage, Marcus watched through cameras he'd painfully reactivated. He'd grown bold in his solitude, testing gravity controls, realigning the station's massive engines, mapping every conduit and passage until the alien architecture served his purposes. The scavengers found doors that locked without warning, atmosphere that vented at his command, corridors that became death traps at the touch of a button. In the darkness of the ship's belly, Marcus whispered into his cum, "Welcome to my station." He unleashed his rebuilt drones like hunting hounds, their weapon systems rewired for maximum lethality. The scavengers' claws scraped uselessly against sealed bulkheads as human ingenuity turned their own weapons against them. Those that survived fled into space, carrying word of the impossible. A human who commanded alien technology, like he'd been born to it. Months passed, in a blur of reconstruction and innovation. The station hummed with new life, its vast hangars glowing with human-modified lighting, its reactors running smoother than their original designers had ever achieved. Corridors that had been abandoned to decay now shone like the halls of some impossible fortress. Alien aesthetics bent to human purpose. When the aliens finally returned, expecting to find a tomb, they discovered a stronghold radiating power that dwarfed their original construction. Shock rippled through their ranks as their instruments registered energy signatures that shouldn't exist, defensive systems that hadn't been in the original blueprints. How? Their commanders demanded overcome channels. One human ... rebuilt this. Marcus greeted them from his command chair, something no alien had thought he'd ever occupy. His voice had grown steady in the months of solitude, carrying the quiet authority of a man who'd stared death down and won. You left me to die. Now this station is mine. Their threats meant nothing to him now. Ownership, they claimed. He'd earned every bolt and circuit board with blood and broken hands, had rebuilt their failure into something they couldn't comprehend. When their fighters screamed toward the station, automated defenses roared to life, not alien designs, but human innovations that turned their own technology into a killing field. The aliens tried one last assault, landing troops in his corridors. But Marcus had learned to fight using reprogrammed drones as his soldiers. He guided them remotely from his command center, his human mind outmaneuvering alien strategists who couldn't adapt to his chaotic tactics. When the smoke cleared, the aliens were gone, and Marcus stood victorious among the humming machinery he alone controlled. In quiet moments, he remembered childhood afternoons fixing broken radios, patching car engines, learning that anything could be repaired if you understood how it worked. Those years of pointless tinkering had prepared him for this impossible moment alone among the stars. Turning defeat into dominance through pure human stubbornness, word spread across the galaxy like wildfire. One human had turned dereliction into power that made alien empires nervous. Diplomats who had never acknowledged human intelligence now begged for talks, their voices tight with fear. Marcus listened, amused by their sudden respect. You thought humans weak, he told them. Now you'll call us builders. Other humans began to arrive, survivors from failed colonies, refugees from alien indifference, engineers and dreamers who'd been discarded as inferior. The station became not just a fortress, but a home. Children's laughter echoing through rebuilt halls. Workshops buzzing with human creativity unleashed among alien technology. Banners of Earth unfurled in corridors that had never known human presence. The aliens plotted one final assault, armadas gathering in the dark between stars, but the galaxy was watching now. Marcus addressed them through every communication network, his words carrying to every species that had ever dismissed human potential. We are the species you abandoned. We are the engineers of survival. The battle that followed became legend, fleets attacking the station withstanding through clever traps and energy redirection, human persistence outlasting alien arrogance. Victory came not through brute force, but through the peculiar human genius for making the impossible work. Marcus renamed the station Foundry of Earth, declaring it humanity's first true stronghold among the stars. Refugees poured in, welcomed under its shining banners, while alien leaders signed treaties acknowledging humanity's place in the galactic community. Standing at the great viewport, stars glittering across endless black, Marcus made his final log entry. They thought they left me to die. Instead, I built the future. Across the galaxy, human settlements began to spread outward, all tracing back to one engineer's refusal to surrender. The station glowed with human life and industry. No longer alien, but entirely ours, a testament to the species that doesn't quit, that rebuilds what others abandon, that turns survival into triumph among the infinite stars.